Hi everyone, my name is Helen Lewis. I'm the director of LitPR, which is a book marketing and author branding agency. We specialise in working with authors who are taking control of their author career, whether that be to promote their book, to help them launch a new book, or to build their author brand over the long term, or all of the above. And today I am here to just explain a few of the things that we are doing in 2025 for any of you who are thinking about adding some more services and strategies to your list of things for next year. So we're going to start with the cherry pick package. So what we've created is a series of different strategies, very much book marketing specific, but with a few extra bits thrown in. These are really designed with indies in mind, but to be honest, they're for any author who is looking to take control of their book marketing in 2025. We have different streams within LitPR, and we've tried to cover off a couple of options within each stream. So within the cherry pick package, you get the option to have access to the Vault, which is our education and empowerment resource. It's packed with webinars and downloadable tutorials, which will help you with various things in terms of book marketing and author branding. So for example, how to work with booksellers, how to engage influencers, how to boost your audience, sorts of things you can be doing on TikTok, that kind of thing. So basically you work through the Vault in your own time at your own pace, but the beauty of it is that we add content on a regular basis. So you will always have new stuff to pick up and learn every few months. And that's once you've exhausted everything that's already in there. So that's 1 year access to the Vault is one of the cherry pick options that you've got. We've also got the access to the DIY author branding course. So we run the author branding course a couple of times a year, live and online. The first one of 2025 is kicking off on the 4th of February. And we have recorded the 10 C's author branding course this year. We ran it a couple of times and we've recorded them. So you can have access to do this course in your own time. It basically guides you through the 10 C's of our author brand framework, which is our proprietary framework that is designed to help guide authors through the process of building the foundations of a long-term, sustainable, successful author brand, regardless of where you're at, whether you've already got a website or you haven't, whether you've got a mailing list that you're using and optimizing or you haven't, whether you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 multiple books, traditionally published, indie published, it doesn't really matter. You will learn a lot from taking this course. It will not only show you what you've done right and you can feel really happy with yourself about, but it will also show you some stuff that you could be doing to build your author brand further. So that's one of the other options. So we've also got power hours. So you can have a power hour with one of the LitPR experts. So we have on the team, we have experts in community building, Goodreads, social media, content engagement, how to establish a platform, how to engage with reviewers. We have mindset coaches. We have people who have expertise in book selling in a more traditional sense. We've got people who have expertise in selling into universities and how to engage with schools and that kind of thing. So loads of different types of advice that we can offer you. We can also help with things like or your actual coaching, so like your actual brand, your career, how to help with getting a literary agent, what kind of marketing you should be doing if you want to go down the literary agent route, that kind of thing. So very specifically focused around all the subjects that we're known for, so marketing, branding, PR, that kind of thing. You can also have a power hour with me, which is very much typically focused more on what you want to achieve in your author career and how to get there. But we also have other options as well available, so things like media training and just basically strategy, so going through how you have got to where you are right now, what's worked, what hasn't, and what you could be doing next. We also have a online book review tool. So we have 3 different levels of the online book review tool on offer at LitPR: bronze, silver, gold. And the bronze online book review tool is available for the cherry pick package. I will talk to you a little bit more about the online book review tools in a minute. We also have a silver NetGalley campaign option, which again, there's bronze, silver, gold, and I will go into some more detail about what the differences are between those 3. We also have advanced information media sheet creation, which is basically a 1-pager about you, about the book that you're focusing on, some talking points, some essential information. That 1-pager can be shared on your website as a downloadable for anyone who wants more info. It can be sent to journalists, influencers, it can be printed out and taken to literary festivals and bookshops. It's a really helpful document to have. And we can also create an author Q&A syndicated interview, which is basically where I put my journalist hat on and I have a think about the sorts of questions that I think you could or should be asked in a media interview, and then we create the content from that. So we put together a lovely Q&A document that can then be used again by you on your website as a downloadable. We can host it on our blog if you'd like us to. And again, 2 pieces of very helpful kind of PR related content for you there. And then on the social media side of things, we have the option of creating 50 social media content suggestions for you. These are bespoke to you and your book. And we would also create 50 Bookstagram style images, which are basically inspired by your cover, using software that we've got to basically help you have a load of different types of content and some inspo for your social media. We've also got the option of a cover reveal and 2 book blitzes. So the cover reveal is basically where we would create the assets to do a countdown to the cover reveal, and then we would launch the cover reveal on our own platforms. You could then obviously share those assets on your platforms, and we would try and kind of make a song and a dance about the cover being revealed ahead of your next book launch. Book blitzes are basically a shout out on socials. So we would create an asset, whether that be around a review or that it's being included in an upcoming article in a newspaper, or that it's won a prize, or that it's on sale, or we can just create something. Even if you don't have anything that you think, oh, there's no hook, we can come up with one for you. And we would then host that on our social media again, tagging you and just giving you a bit of a shout out, really. So they're the different things. So there are 10 different options, basically, that you can cherry pick from. And the idea of the cherry pick package is that you get to control how much you spend and when. So you can do all 10 of them for $1,699. You can pick any 5 for $999, any 3 for $699, or 2 for $499. And you can literally cherry pick whichever ones you want. So you could have 1 year access to the vault, an online book review tour, and the social media content ideas. And you could pay £699 for that. And then if you wanted to come back and do some more later, you would be able to. Or if you wanted to stagger all of them and just have all of them in one go, then we can do that too. So yeah, it's entirely up to you how you wanted to run it. And we are very aware that everyone is self-funding. So we want to be as flexible as possible and make sure that people have these options open to them. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is the online book review tours. So we have become pretty well known for these. We call them OBRTs. Basically, we've got this really lovely and engaged TBR community, which is the book review community. We've got over 1,000 members now. It's growing all the time. When we go to events like at YALC, the Young Adult Literature Convention, we were taking reviewer sign-ups. We've got loads of different people joining from across different places, social media, pitching directly to reviewers that we like the look of, that kind of thing. So that's a community of reviewers that is growing all the time, and they basically join and get access to the amazing books that we're working on here at LitPR. We like to try and hold our authors' hands through the process as much as possible, because for a lot of you, this will be the first time you've done any kind of review tour. We pitch the book to reviewers. We handpick those that we think are going to really get the book and get along with your book. We create the schedule and the tour posters, which are basically social media assets that we share on our platforms, and we also share with the reviewers and with you, the author. We communicate regularly with the reviewers throughout the process to keep them engaged and interested. And then once those reviews start coming through, we will be sharing them with you. And at the end, we will also send you a report, which basically has a list of all the different reviews, and we pull out sound bites for the reviews so you can see how they can be used multiple times. We do a best review of the tour, where we create an asset congratulating one reviewer in particular for writing a really interesting review, and we also send that over to you. So there's lots of advice in terms of how to optimize the reviews you get. We have a webinar that we send out to the authors as well, and there's just different levels basically depending on the number of reviewers. So the bronze OBRT is typically around 6 to 9 review stops, which is basically the number of reviewers that you're going to have on the tour. We include in that 10 social media assets that are based around the book cover, a PDF guide on how to optimize OBRTs and amplify your reviews, and we reshare reviews on relevant LitPR platforms. And of course, like I say, you get that report at the end of the OBRT with links included. The silver OBRT is 10 to 15 review stops. You get 20 social media assets based around the book cover. There's an invitation to add some merch, some goodies to each package, and we can offer a little bit of advice around what that could be. So, for example, bookmarks, key rings, pin badges, that kind of thing. We offer a PDF guide as well on how to optimize those OBRTs and amplify the reviews, as well as a half an hour call or Zoom with our reviews manager to discuss the process and just again chat through how to optimize the results of the OBRT further. We obviously share the reviews on our relevant LitPR platforms, and there's a report at the end, as I said, with the OBRT, sound bites highlighted and links included. Plus, we do that best review of the tour asset, which is created and shared with you and tagged on our platforms. The gold OBRT is the big one, and then that's around 25 plus review stops, 30 social media assets based around the book cover. Again, invitation to add merch to each package and advice on what that could be. You get the PDF guide about how to optimize the OBRTs and amplify reviews, plus the half-hour call or Zoom with our reviews manager. And also you get half an hour call or Zoom with our communities manager to discuss Goodreads and other sorts of platforms, which is really helpful to basically amplify your reviews and to get yourself out there more discoverable. We reshare the reviews on relevant LitPR platforms, but we also create an author Q&A. So 5 questions of curated content that we share with the reviewers, and it means that they have more content to share if they're really engaging with the book, and you can also, of course, share it on your side too. You get that report with all the things that I've mentioned before, so sound bites highlighted, links included, the best review of the tour asset, that kind of thing. We do run other types of OBRTs. We have an audiobook OBRT, which is specifically for an audiobook only launch, or if you want to revisit a audiobook that's already out. That is an add-on to when you've already done a OBRT in the paperback or hardback form. We do reviewer events, so we can host an event for you where we do a Q&A with the author basically live on Zoom, and we invite reviewers to join us, and they can basically ask you questions, find out more about the book, get to know you a bit more after they've read and reviewed the book. It's quite a nice thing to be able to do, to give back, but also provides some nice bit of content for you. If you want to share that on YouTube, we can also share it on our YouTube. We do cover reveals, book blitzes, and we also have read-along tours, which is basically where we ask 10 plus questions. So we have like question cards or prompts that are created to share on socials. This is a way of engaging a wider audience of people who've bought the book, as well as those who sign up to part of it and support it through the gifting your book and assorted question cards. These social media assets are bespoke to you. They're shared with the author and the reviewers and on LitPR social media, so people can engage online. Read-alongs typically last 3 to 4 weeks, so that's 3 to 4 weeks of marketing activity that you get. And we find that the read-alongs tend to grab attention from people as it runs, building more interest and momentum as it goes. We do an author interview, LitPR on Zoom, and we edit that down into 1-minute editions to complement the read-along. We share reviews and content on LitPR platforms, and of course you get that report at the end explaining how it's all worked. And then finally, on the review side of things, we have our marketed and managed NetGalley campaigns, which are broken down into bronze, silver and gold. Basically, we've been working with NetGalley now for a long time, many years, and we think it's a really good platform to engage with different types of stakeholders. So, for example, educators, librarians, journalists, book reviewers, booksellers. There's quite a few people on there who have to go through the process of being approved and accepted, and if they are repeat requesting books but not reviewing, or if they are sort of a dodgy account or whatever, they very quickly get wiped out. And we have built a lovely database of people on there who are very engaged with the content that we put out, and whenever we drop a book on NetGalley, they are notified about it. So it's a really good place to try and get some more awareness about your book, but also to try and get some of these reviews that are so important. We believe that reviews are the cornerstone of all strong book marketing campaigns, and of course therefore by proxy of an author brand. So yeah, great reviews are super important. The bronze LitPR NetGalley campaign is typically around 2 weeks. It's marketed as a sort of a read now listing, and it includes the social media asset creation to promote the campaign. There's an email of encouragement sent to the reviewers who have been granted access to the book before the end. And of course, reports are provided to the client at the end. We won't be able to send any contact details because of GDPR. Silver LitPR NetGalley campaigns are typically 4 weeks. So the bronze is 2, the silver's 4. It can be marketed as a read now or a request now listing. Read now is that they get access to it instantly, and request is when they have to request and then be approved. We create 2 rather than 1 social media assets to promote the campaign, and we advise on a call to action, so a CTA, with you, the author, to try and incentivize reviewers to get them to review within a set time frame. Again, we provide the report at the end. And then the gold LitPR NetGalley campaign is a 6-week managed and marketed read now or request now listing. 3 social media assets created to promote the campaign. We have a call to action plan with you, where we will email those who have already got access to the book to try and incentivize them to review. But we also do another strategy in the mix, which is basically email reviewers of 1 to 2 similar previously listed titles by us in the past 12, 24 months. To kind of invigorate them and incentivize them to be excited enough to want to call that book in for review. So yeah, we use the fact that we've got a foundation and a strong presence on NetGalley to our advantage for that gold LitPR NetGalley campaign listing. And of course, again, you get the reports. So hopefully that's helpful in terms of how it works and what we do. From an online book review tour perspective, we don't include the cost of the books and postage in the cost of the online book review tour. So obviously, if you're going for a bronze, you're looking at up to 10 books. Silver, you're looking up to 15 books, and gold, you're looking at 25 plus books. So you have to factor that into the cost when you're working out your budget. And you also need to think about your social media. So the best way of optimizing the online book review tour is to be already active on social media. And there are ways around that. We offer social media management, we offer advice around the sorts of platforms you can be on, that kind of thing. But it is advised that you follow all the people that are engaging with that tour, that you thank people when they do the reviews, that you are active on social media. And of course, then to use those reviews, one of the best ways you can amplify the feedback, the very positive feedback that hopefully you're going to get from the tour, is by sharing sound bites of those reviews, offering third-party credibility to your book. So it's a very, very popular strategy for us, and we find that the online book review tour goes very nicely hand in hand with the NetGalley listing. They work to complement each other very well. So hopefully that's helpful in terms of some of the services we're offering. Like I say, this is very much around the sort of owning a different part of the process now, being able to cherry pick which bits you want to do and when. You obviously save money if you do all 10 of the cherry pick packages, cherry pick services within one package, but we understand that £1,699 is not necessarily something that everyone can afford right now. So the idea is that we are offering it from £499, so you can choose 2 of those strategies for £499, and you can actually just choose whichever 2 you want to fit you at that point. So just to recap, we've got 1 year access to the Vaults, which is our education and empowerment resource. We've got the access to the DIY 10C's author branding course, Power Hour with me, or a Power Hour with one of the team, which is online on Zoom. We have the bronze online book review tour, the silver NetGalley campaign, the advanced information media sheet creation, syndicated interview, author Q&A article creation. We have 50 social media content suggestions and 50 bookstagram style images, and we have a cover reveal and book blitzes ×2. So yeah, lots of things to consider. I hope that that's all helpful to you. Any questions, and you're very welcome to get in touch with us. And we do offer free discovery calls of 15 minutes on Zoom if you want to chat to one of the team and ask any questions that you've got once you've had a look. If you'd like us to send over the cherry pick package document for you, we can also do that. So thanks everyone, hope this was helpful. Bye.